I still remember the day I found a trading strategy that changed my life forever. Let's go deeper. Hey guys, JD here, and hey, boys and girls, it's story time, right? Story time. So, like the intro, I still remember the day I found a strategy that changed everything for me in trading. And so, I got to give you some background information because this is a pretty interesting story, in my opinion. And so, what happened was, I was on one of those breaks. All right, I was actually on a break. I wasn't trading. I was on one of those breaks that you take when you're really quitting. You know, you're really planning to quit, but so that's the type of break I was on. I had just blown out another account. Well, I hadn't just blown out another account, maybe 2-3 months prior. I had blown out an account. Remember that book I showed y'all a few videos back? I did everything in that book, right? I had learned pivot points. I had learned breakout strategies. I had five, count them up, 5 different indicators out of that book that they told me to put on there. I had wrote some articles about it and everything, thinking I had finally found a winning strategy. And I blew my account, and I did everything. I did everything the book told me to do because I am the type of person that follows rules, right? I can follow rules. So you give me a strategy, you give me a plan, you give me the rules, I will follow them. And I did, and I was losing, right? And so I tried it in the Asian section. I tried switching up, sessions. I traded the Asian session. I traded the Euro session, waking up at 3-4 in the morning, trading the Euro session. I traded the, US session. All this was in the Forex. I traded the US session, right? Doing everything that the book told me to do, doing math to figure out the pivot points for the next day, today's day, the next day, all this technical analysis stuff that was supposed to help me win. And I had blown out another account. So I was on a break, I was out of money. Typically, my cycle was find a new strategy, wait for tax time, put my tax money in, lose it all. That was my cycle for probably about 6-7 years. Okay. So I was on one of those type of breaks. And then, I want to say chance will happen or luck will happen, but I don't know. Then what happened is that my best friend, my ace, I'm talking to him one day. He just casually mentions that he's trading, right? He's kind of in this group at his church. And I'm like, for real, you trading? And so now he's always dibbled and dabbled in it, but I have been in it 6-7 years solid straight, right? But he had, like I said, dibbled and dabbled, but nothing real serious. But this time he kind of seemed kind of serious. He was trading with the group at his church. And so I'm like, okay, man, that's what's up. So what y'all doing? Y'all got something. He kind of telling me that the person who's training them is pretty good, is winning, is a profitable trader. And I'm just like, really? I'm like, at this point, I don't even think trading is really real. I was on that type of break to where I was like, okay, I've done everything everybody has ever said. Nobody's really making money trading. Nobody is really making money trading. I was on that type of break. Some of y'all know where I was at, right? Some of you guys know. At some point, you start to think like nobody is making money. Nobody. That's the type of break I was on. So then I was just like, okay, so what are y'all doing? And he was real like secretive about it. Hush, hush. And actually, there was just like this trading. It wasn't even a trading plan. It was just like a way to track your trades and keep up with your trade idea. It was more like a journal, he was telling me about. So I asked him for it. And he was just like, nah, we can't give it out. They said to keep everything, in house. And I'm just like, what? You kidding me? I couldn't believe he said that to me. This is my ace, though. This is my ace finding possibly. I wanted to look at it. I didn't know, but possibly finding some real value. And the dude didn't share it with me. Do y'all believe that? My ace. I'm talking about from my 5 years, since we was 5 years old. First dude I ever talked to, first person ever called me on the phone. My ace didn't share the information with me. Man, what a stab in the back. I'm just putting it out there. That's how I felt. Just keeping it 100, right? So, but I'm on this break anyway. So I'm like, man, I'm like, well, if my ace is in the game and he's only dibbled and dabbled in it, man, I can't give up. You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep trying. I can't give up. So I just jumped on YouTube. I just jumped on YouTube like you probably have just jumped on YouTube. And I don't remember what I searched for. I don't remember what I searched for at all, but I was just scanning through and I came across these guys who was like doing this, they were doing like this daily challenge and they were trading futures. Now, up until this point, I had never even looked at futures. Didn't know what it was. They were trading futures and they were doing like this 20-day challenge, something to that extent. And I'm watching this guy trade and I'm noticing like, man, he doesn't have any indicators on this chart. The chart looks real clean. And he's calling out what he's finna do or what he's hoping, these candles do before they do it. And he's winning. And the thing about it is, in future, and then what I noticed is that I saw the distance that you had to go to win. Like in futures, 1 point is worth $50. But to go 1 point is only like that. It's only like that's the distance to go 1 point. So it's nothing. So I was just watching it and I was thinking like, man, I'm trying to catch runs like this and bigger in the Forex. He's going that far to make $50 in futures. And then sometimes he would catch a runner. So I would see him make like $500-600 on one trade in like 2 minutes, if that. Like the first video I saw, he made like, I want to say he made $50 in like 10 seconds, something like that. So I'm like, wow. I'm like, futures. So I run and tell my wife, I was like, man, look at this video, about futures. And I said, I've never traded futures, So I got real excited because I was like, maybe I just need a change. I said, maybe the Forex, just isn't for me. At this point, I hadn't found my proven Forex strategy. So, I'm like, maybe this Forex just ain't for me, but this futures, the distance is shorter, the money looks bigger. I did a little research. I said, hey, it's regulated, maybe we need to do this futures thing. And so I kind of got excited, I got excited. So I started watching more of their videos and it didn't take me long. I probably only watched 2 or 3 days of their challenge. And I was just like, all right, I gotta get in this futures, go to their description, hey, when they got a course, right? Go to their website. The course is $400. Well, I didn't have $400. I'll just be flat out honest with you. It wasn't tax time. I didn't have no money to come up to invest, but it was tax time was coming up. It wasn't too far away. This might have been like November, maybe. I'm not exactly sure about the time. No, it seemed like it was more like summer. Anyway, I know I didn't have the money, but I was like, man, I really think that what they're teaching there may be something to this. They use the word second entry. I never heard that before. I was like, what is a second entry? They use the words high or low, lower. I'm like, what are they talking about? But I see it working. I see that, I saw him call out the second entry, and then it took it and it worked. So what I did was I bought the course on a credit card. Now, I just decided to do it. Hey, I'm like, hey, I buy this course, I can pay the 10 or 15, but I didn't have much money on that card. So I'm like, I could pay the 10, $15 a month, that I can cover, because I just had a feeling that what was in this course may be a game changer. And when I got to it, it was price action. It was price action. What they were teaching in this course was price action trading. So this was my first that course was my first introduction to price action. And so I got the course, I started learning about price action, and then I was immediately disappointed because as soon as the course started, they said, be ready to give yourself about 2 years before you get good at this. And I was just like, 2 years? Man, 2 years. But then it hit me like, hey, you know what? You can only get an associate's degree in 2 years. This is a true hard skill. 2 years ain't too much to ask for a skill that's going to teach me how to make money the rest of my life. I'm like, all right, I'm in. I'm going to devote 2 years to learning price action. Okay. So I did that. I got into it. And that's how I found price action trading. And, it wasn't too long. I still could remember, you know, when I finally went live, I don't know how I got the money to do it, but I went live, and I still remember my very first trade. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was a second entry long range fade. All right. So you're like, how does that happen? Let me explain. In the range fade setup that we use, you know, typically all you need is good signal candle off the bottom or off the top. But if you actually get a pattern right off the bottom, it's even that more powerful. So that's what I got. This was my very first trade ever in futures. It was a range fade, and it came down like first entry, came down, and its second entry right off the bottom of the range. And I took that trade. I was in that trade for 10 seconds, and I won, and I made $50. And that was my very first price action trade live. It was a second entry long range fade. After that trade worked, I went through the course real fast. And of course I went live before I was supposed to. You know how we do. But after that trade won, and I said, man, this second entry really worked. It really worked. It wasn't like all these indicators I had tried. It wasn't like all these pivot points I had tried. It wasn't like these breakout strategies I had tried. I read a price chart for the very first time in a live market, and it worked. That changed everything for me. That absolutely changed everything for me. That one win, just something working, right? Finally finding something that worked changed everything for me. And I never looked back after that. I never looked back after that. And you know, that $400 that I put on that credit card. It was money well spent. It was money well spent. Even though I didn't stay in futures, you know, because I just because it was a 1 to 2 though. You was risking 2 points to make 1 point, and I never liked it that. I never liked it that ratio. And then I didn't have the discipline. Futures is real fast. I didn't have the discipline to only take my one hit in head and call it a day or whatever. So I just wasn't made for futures, because it was at the time my discipline was just, I didn't have the discipline. But I had some big days. I had a $1,600 day, you know. I had plenty of $500 days. But check this out. Check this out. Oh man, this thing is falling to pieces here. Sorry. Man. Okay, this thing's falling to pieces. I have to put it back together later. But this here, this is my very first check from my futures trading. My very first check from trading futures. At the time, the company name was Dormant Trading. I don't know if they're still open or not. I think because they ended up converting over to Ninja Trader is the broker now. But Dormant Trading is who I was with. My very first check. I don't know if you can see that number, but the very first check was $450. Ain't that something? That's my very first check from futures trading. It was $450, right? I invested $400 in that course, in that education, and it was worth it. Not just because I got that check for $450, but because that was what, that says 2020. It's 2024. I'm still trading price action. So it's so real how price action works in any market. You know, that money there is from futures. But now it works, to me, it works even better in binary options, because they can't stop loss hunt you, right? When you catch a second entry, as long as your expiration time is long enough, you have a good shot at it if it's a legitimate second entry setup. So, you know, price action is king. You know, that's kind of my story. That's how I found price action trading. That's how I got into it. And then those guys, I'll be honest, those guys, they split up. They're not even together. That course ain't even out there no more. But after them, I found out who they actually learned price action trading from, which is the guy that really became my mentor. And he has a YouTube channel, and I watched his YouTube channel for the next 2 years and got even better. You know what I'm saying? Then I bought his product. He had a trading manual. I bought his manual and joined his network, and I did that for 2-3 years to just get more and more information, you know. And now I'm out here myself teaching, trading, winning. And so you have to invest in your education. Don't be scared to invest in your education. Sometimes it's gonna be education first, you know. I invested in a lot of education before I found price action. But once I found price action, once I realized I didn't need indicators, once I realized I didn't need breakout strat, once I realized what was bad common trading knowledge, once I put bad common trading knowledge down and picked up price action, everything changed. Everything changed the day I found price action trading. So that's my story. You know, that's the spiel for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Just wanted to let somebody know, you know, if you're feeling down, if you've been losing, if you feel like you've tried everything, I understand. But if you haven't tried price action yet, you have not tried everything. And most traders that I know who are finding success are using some form of price action trading. Learn it, love it, live it. All right. So this is a great time to like, share, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate you. Of course, I have a work study lesson for you. We're going to get right into that. Please stay to the end because it's going to be a very interesting trade example today. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Let's roll it. Hey guys, how's it going? JD here. Today we're going to be looking at Euro USD, and we have a beauty. Okay. I mean, a downright beauty. And I almost hate to show this one because I didn't get nearly what I could have got out of this run, but what a beautiful run. So, you know, I had my fib way down here somewhere. It gave me the sweet spot to the T. Let's just jump right in because there's a bunch of trades. So first we get the low, push up, higher low right here. Then really you could have went from actually starting here. This is a push down first entry put. Man, let's start where it start. That's a second entry low right there. Then you get the low, push up, higher low. It breaks hard, closes back above the EMA. I love that one right there. Okay. Then you get another low, push up, higher low. The fib is kind of in the way, but that signal candle right there was okay. Hold on a second. Put the random dot off. That signal candle right there is okay. You go there, boom, home run. That's a quick 3, right? Then at this point, you know, you're trending pretty well. You know, then you get another low, higher low. Now, typically this is too far apart, but this candle is so big, broke above this little resistance here. And you've already broken above this resistance here. These targets are, you know, you're demolishing targets. You go with that at this point, plus you're up 3 trades. You go right here. That's an easy win. Then you get another low, push up, higher low. You go right here. Higher lows. The second entry long kicked it off, and now we're getting nothing but higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. This is what a strong trend looks like. All right. Then you get another low, push up, higher low right here. Take that right there. Boom. How many we got now? That's 6 in a row. We still thumping along. Then you get another low, push up, higher low. Now this signal candle does out, but this one is a nice little hammer, you know, closed on its top. You got a target here. Now you may be a little afraid of this one because when you look to the left, this was an area of some resistance. But if you're up 6 trades, you probably take this. Take that little hammer there and boom, you got another one. Got another one. Then you get another low, push up, higher low right here. You take this little boy right here. Or this ain't the little boy. You take this boy right here. This breaking out of this area now. It's breaking out of this support. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, breakout. You caught the breakout right there. You're off to the races. All right. And then at this point, when you caught this breakout, I mean, if you was really feeling like you was in it, you might have even took this one right here. This low, push up, higher low. Yeah, that one didn't break higher. I ain't gonna just throw extra one in there. But I'll tell you what, when you get this low, push up, higher low right here again, you may take this one. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You barely skate on that one, but you skate. All right. Then you got one more. Low, push up, higher low. Another one of them dirty candles. But when this candle breaks out and clears everything again, this one might get you. 2, 3, 4, 5. You actually would have won that too. You actually would have won that too. And then you get a final from this top here, push down, first entry, push down, second entry long right there. Take this little boy right here. Boom, off to the races. And that's that. That is that. And then at this point, you see right here, look to the left. We're almost to the top. So I would probably stop there. But this is a strong trend. And if you just took every nice little pullback, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's no reason that you can't go 11 and 0 on this one. 11 and 0. Beautiful run. Beautiful run. I mean, there's not much more for me to say. This is the type of continuation leg that we're trying to catch. I mean, and the second entry kicked it off, and then you just got nothing but higher lows. When you got a good, great, when you're in a strong trend and it's a strong uptrend, it's gonna be nothing but higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Then when you get a little far away from the EMA, you wait for the second entry long. That's gonna start the pattern over again. So second entry longs, higher lows, in an uptrend, it's all you need. And 11 and 0 was very possible today. All right. So that's it for this work study lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit that like button right now. I greatly appreciate it. For staying this long, of course, I have a trade example for you. So let's roll it. Hey guys, how's it going? JD here. We are looking at the Euro USD. We have, we drew the fib from the very bottom to the top. We hit the sweet spot. We're now seeing if we can make the low, push up, higher low. Come back above, we will have targets all the way up. 5 minutes, 92%. We are locked and loaded. This is a beautiful signal candle. I see a low, push up, higher low. Go time. Strong candle closing your top. What a ride, right? Mistakes were made. I could have did that a lot better, but a winning day is a winning day, and I'll take it any day. All right. So, hey, if you enjoyed that, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you need to learn more price action trading, check out this video right here. My name is JD, and as always, I wish you increase on the Sutton. Bye-bye.